Welcome back to the Ruck Shop's YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the PSP GY6 harness for the Honda Ruckus. This is a new product that just came in. We're happy to start carrying this. This is a plug and play harness for the GY6 150cc swap. Right here is how it shows up when we order it. So it comes already in the box with a sticker on it. The box overall quality looks like a solid box. Now this is a complete harness, so we'll go ahead and open up this harness. So this is going to be the harness that you receive. It is complete with everything plugged in, so you already have your CDI, the starter solenoid, there's a clear relay, the rectifier, coil, all of that is already plugged in for you. This harness also comes, which is cool, with the set of instructions here. So you'll find that at the bottom of the box. And then when you open it up, it has the full layout of the harness. So it's all numbered individually. So if you have a problem with the harness or you don't know what goes to, you can go 17. Cross over to 17 there, it's for the horn, and you'll know to hook up, that's for the horn itself. And the same thing with the rear of the harness. It has the B section, which down here shows B on the instructions, and tells you what each wire goes to. So that does make it a lot easier. Now I'll put this to the side, we'll get back to that. In this box, you'll also receive a crimp tool. There are also a pin kit, which is awesome. So the reason why it comes with that crimp tool and pin kit is you can pin, depending on whatever taillight you have, you can pin the taillight so it's a direct plug-in for one of these clips like so. So it has extra pins for the taillight. It has a 2-pin for the 12-volt DC power and ground. So if you want to run something like the Trailtech Vapor to it, it's already set up to plug into your OEM left control, so that's fine. If you have a different control for the left, then it has a 9-pin plug for it that you can put in, and then wire whatever left control you have for it. This also has a pin clip for a COSO gauge that's already pre-wired up, and has the schematic for that with the instructions here, which I will go over shortly. And then it also has a 2-pin setup for a push button momentary start, since a lot of people get rid of the factory right controls. So this is already off the bat a lot better than the harnesses that are on the market. Now we'll go over the harness itself and kind of check out all the little features for it. So here we have the back half of the harness. So you have your pin setup for the coil. Now I will just go ahead and say real quick that all these individual wires are already pre-loomed. So it's not like the other harnesses that have the exposed wires and all the colors. These are all loomed up with nice loom and really nice connectors at the end. So right there, the quality stands out. This one here is your taillight. It's a 6-pin clip. It's pre-wired. So all you would do is, whatever taillight you have, use the supplied pins that they give you, and then crimp that up to your taillight and put it in. Well, if you're saying, I don't know what wire goes to what, that's not a problem because they provide you with the schematic for it. So orange, left blinker, blue, right blinker, green is ground, black is the running light, yellow and green tracer is the brake light. So you just match up this to whatever taillight you have. So if you bought your taillight from the Ruck Shop, whether it's the flush mount, the R6, that will all have the wiring schematic for that on the site, so you know what to match up with what. That's great. You have your extra ground that goes to the starter. This one, valve cover ground, that's normal. You have the stator with the pickups. Now these are for, this harness is for the 11-pole stator, and then you have your starter wire. Very clean back half of the harness. The starter wire and the ground wire are both shorter wires than what you've seen in past harnesses. So this doesn't have all this extra slack in the harness. It's cut to the right length for having like a 12-inch stretch. As we go through to the front of the harness here, I'll move this. The harness is all loomed with a very nice self-wrapping loom. So as we get closer to the top part of the harness here, we'll go over the next part. Has your flasher relay already wired up. Same thing, all these individual wires are loomed up, so it makes it very nice. Here is another new option. This is a fuel sending unit. So this is actually already pre-wired to plug into the Honda Metropolitan fuel sending unit. So if you are running, say, the COSO gauge, and to tell your fuel level you need the Met fuel send unit, this plugs right in. There's no more cutting pins, putting different plugs in. That goes right in. And then right here is your plug for the COSO gauge. So if you're running the COSO gauge, there's your plug. Comes with the pin setup. And then at the bottom here, it shows for the COSO gauge XR01S, which is the most popular COSO gauge that goes for the Ruckus. It has the color layout for the COSO and the color layout for the pre-pin clip on the PSP harness. So again, very helpful with these instructions. As you move to the front half of the harness, you have your traditional grounds, which will go to the frame to negative the battery. You have your starter solenoid, which is already wired in. Your fuse. This also comes with the ignition clip already pre-wired. So you don't have to cut your factory one and then re-pin it for it. This just plugs right in. So that's the nice part. This is a direct plug and play harness. It comes with the 5-pin rectifier. The clear relay is already wired up. This black and green wire is your power and ground. It's a spare one, 2-pin, and this will work for if you have a Trailtech Vapor and you need to run off the ignition. You just use one of the supplied 2-pin clips and then plug it in, and then you have 12 volts ignition off the turnkey. This here's your left control. It will plug right into your factory left control, or if you want to do an aftermarket one, like I said, the clip is in here, and then you would just pin it accordingly, which is supplied in the directions. You also have your CDI, set rectifier, ignition, flip this over here. Here's your headlight clip, and then your blinkers. This is nice how these are all shrink wrapped so that it can't touch and arc out or ground out. Here's your brake switch. You have the black and then the green or yellow with green tracer. And then this one right here, there's a yellow with green and then a solid yellow. That is going to be your push button start. So with the supplied 2-pin connector here, you just wire it in. There's no more kill switch anymore, since a lot of you like to go with the momentary buttons, whether hidden in the battery box or a different control. Makes it very nice, cleans up the front half of the harness. And then lastly here you have your horn, which, self-explanatory, just slides right into your horn. I'm going to go back to the back half of the harness here. One thing I noticed that I like about this is that it doesn't have the extra wires for the auto choke. A lot of people that I know, even myself, I always go to like an Oakwood carb or one of the aftermarket carbs. With that being gone, it makes it easier for your build and just clean for the back half of the harness. So I really like that. That's a note that I wanted to put in there. So there's the unboxing of the PSP harness. Overall, it's a very clean harness. I love the fact that they have all of the wires already loomed up. I like the fact that it comes with the tool, comes with the clips. This is great to have. It makes it a lot easier so you don't say, oh, I forgot to buy this, and then you have to go back and order the parts. The price point is awesome compared to other harnesses on the market that offer the same features. The nice part is if you were to order items like the stator, sending unit, turn signals, COSO gauge, tail light, headlight, all that stuff, you'd still be $500 cheaper with this harness than the other harnesses that have the same features on the market. So it's a big saving. It's a clean harness, very well put together. I love the details that they did with this harness, especially with the instructions. The link for this product will be below in the product description. So this way you guys, if you have any questions for it, we'll put it in the product description. You can click on it and then it will have the full breakthrough on the website, theruckshop.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back shortly with some more new products for you guys for this year.